Well, hello. There's a patch that's going live tomorrow, and in that patch comes some pretty important changes, and some pretty good changes too, that I think the majority of you will be happy about. So the only people who won't be happy about it are the people who don't care, and I don't know who that is, so I can't say everyone thinks it's great. Anyways, back on topic. The patch is coming out tomorrow for PC, and it covers a bunch of things with the Blood War again, and then there are also some healing adjustments that really just pertain to the marking ability of all three healers. It makes it a little bit less annoying. Just a little bit. And then also, the golems after the Boreworm and Lair of the Mad Mage should not be invisible anymore. Those ones still remained invisible even after they fixed the invisible ones the first time. There's still a couple ones in that little sandy area too, I've noticed can be invisible sometimes, but the majority of them have stopped being invisible and have decided to let people see them again. But let's just go over the healing adjustments first, because to me, that's the most important. So basically what has changed, and this applies to all three healers, but the marking ability has had the range increased, so it's instead of being 100 feet, it's 120, but the most important thing is that the marks don't disappear anymore if the target moves far enough away from you. Basically, if the person moves further than 120 feet away from you, the mark's not going to disappear, they're still going to be marked. The only thing that will change is that the heal will go on you instead of the person that you have marked if they're out of range. So you don't have to deal with, like say for example in the Infernal Citadel, if you forget to light one of the braziers, and then you go back and light it, and then, oh no, your tank's not marked anymore for the Hall of Death. And then you have to try and mark them in combat. And let me tell you, trying to mark somebody in the middle of combat is probably one of the most annoying things ever. But they will stay marked, and you won't have to worry about that anymore. That was the whole point. Also, the range of the tab heal mechanic has been increased to 120 as well. So yeah, that's good. It's a step in the right direction. As far as more adjustments to the marking and other healing type changes, I had a pretty long conversation with Astral the other week, and there are some changes planned and things that they would really like to do. It just kind of depends on when they have time to do it and if they get it working and blah 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 blah. But there are a lot more positive changes planned for that. Of course, I can't speak about them specifically really because I'm not allowed, but just know that they are listening to how annoying it can be and that they do have plans to make it better. It just might not be right away, that's all. Okay, now Avernus. There's two sections for Avernus, one of which is the Blood War and one of which is treasure maps, but you all think treasure maps are the most important, probably. So first things first, the drop rate of treasure maps has been increased again, and they can drop from minion rank enemies, which are the weakest type of enemies. Before you could only get them from tiers higher than that. So you'll be seeing more treasure maps drop, and then also the drop rate of the weapons has been increased, and there's always been a chance for a map to give gear, and before there was a chance where it should have given gear but gave nothing instead, and so you'll see more gear as well, and then it should consistently be for the class of the person who loots them. So if you're a barbarian, you're not going to get something for a wizard that you can't use, pretty much. Now, Blood War has been changed to, instead of being platform-wide, like every instance goes across the same Blood War thing, it is per instance. So if you're on map number 1, your Blood War might be at a different state or on a different side than a person in instance number 4. So that will allow for a lot more farming, and then also the rates of how it decides to go one way or the other has been reduced a lot. So it'll be happening more often, because the longer it takes a single faction to win, the more influence killing enemies will have on it. So for instance, if nothing happens in an instance for like an hour, you'll be able to kill a few mobs and it will make a lot larger of a difference in the Blood War than if, people are consistently killing enemies and stuff. Is how I understand it anyways. So, Mog and Gary should now actually spawn properly. That's pretty important, too. But their hit points have been increased, so they're going to be a little bit harder to kill. At least if you're by yourself. If you're in a group, I mean, you're in a group, so, like, it's gonna die. And then also, in Rage of Bell, the Dented Rod has a significantly higher chance to drop, so you won't have to be annoyingly farming that as much, unless you're, like, terribly unlucky. But I mean, I guess it can still happen. And that's about it. Last week, one thing that I did not mention was that Constitution was changed. I didn't actually see that in the patch notes, but you know, I'm probably blind. But what I've heard people tell me, and keep in mind this is what people have told me and may not be 100% correct, is that Constitution was changed to give bonus hit points based on your max HP instead of your base HP. So that means that people got a significant HP increase, pretty much. Now, as a bonus for today, because the Astral Lockbox came out, and if you don't know about the Astral Lockbox, I don't have any in my inventory. Hold on a second. Okay, if you don't know about the Astral Lockbox, it is in the Wondrous Bazaar starting today, and it goes away on, I think, the 6th, so it's here for a week, and it costs 75k AD if you have max VIP, otherwise it is 100k. It does not require a key to open, so, you know, you just get to open it for free once you pay it for the box. But in this box, you can get a legendary mount. Hold on, let me do this better. Let's see, inspect, oops, get out of here, store. Okay, inspect box. I cannot inspect the box. Well, anyways, you can get legendary mounts, and the legendary mounts that are in this box are account bound. So, you can get a legendary account bound War Triceratops. That's pretty much the one that, you know, people care about the most. But there's also the Hellfire Engine, the Swift Golden Lion, the Flying Carpet, and Volcanic Flail Snail in there too. And then there are, you know, the epic mount drop will give you the epic versions of those mounts. And then there's also a companion pack that includes Deep Crow Hatchling, and, you know, I think that's the only important one. Oh, Bulette Pup is in there too. So, I'm going to open 8 of these because I don't have very much AD right now, and so I can't afford to open any more. Sorry. I'm hopeful to get legendary insignias, but what I'm hoping for the most is the enchanting stones, the marks of potency, because I really, really need those. I'm trying to upgrade a ton of enchantments on, like, 4 characters, and I'm at the point where you need rank 5 marks of potency, and I don't have none. So here we are. Some lovely refinement points. I can always use more refinement points. If I don't get anything, I'm going to be sad. I'm only opening 8, and the chance of getting a legendary mount is probably the same as a regular lockbox. So the chance of me, a rank 7 mark of potency, I'll take that. Chance of me actually getting, you know, a legendary mount is probably like 1%. Anyways, 5 companion upgrade tokens, and the last one, I need to pray to RNGesus. Hold on a second. Please, RNGesus, I need this a lot, thanks. It didn't work. But I got a rank 5 enchanting stone and a purple insignia that isn't very good. Alright. Anyways, that's what I got from the box. You are welcome to tell me if you guys opened the box. What did you get out of it? Did you get anything good? Because if you got a legendary Triceratops, I'm jealous. I just want you to know that I'm jealous because I've been wanting one of those for a while. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching or listening or whatever. At some point in the next week, actually I planned it for this week, but I just didn't do it, is I would like to have a healing critique video out, which goes over what I feel are the strengths and weaknesses of each of the 3 healers, because I've been playing all 3 of them pretty extensively lately, and I feel like I've gotten a pretty good grasp on how they work now and stuff, so if you are interested in any of that, I should hopefully be starting to work on that soon. It's a lot of work to write down everything I want to say and not forget anything. That's probably the hardest part. Anyways, I'm gonna leave now, so, bye.